Blueprint CSS. Now Blueprint CSS is a powerful CSS framework. So what you do is you go down here and you say Blueprint CSS. And then you go to here, first link, and then you can download it. So when you download, basically it comes with 3 files, and I'll tell you what are those files. So let's go here. So see, I'll show you how I'm using Blueprint here. Okay, I think, okay, for this particular one I'm not using Blueprint, but let me find a website I developed using Blueprint. Okay, instead of that, let me first show you how to install Blueprint. So you go ahead and click on zip, and then you save the file, and let's say you click on save it here, and once it saves, then you go to the containing folder, and then you extract it. So when you extract, you'll get a set of files. So Blueprint. So the main files which you want to be interested in are these 3 files: screen.css, print.css, and i.css. So what you do is that you take these 3 files and put it in your CSS folder and then source it. So let me show you a couple of examples using Blueprint. Let's see. Templates. So let's say here it has an example, index.html. So let's open this file. So as you see, this file in using Blueprint. So if you do the file, if you try to debug this using Firebug, you'd see head, and here, as you see here, it is using this CSS files. So these are the main 2 files, the screen.css and print.css. And if you see, this is just, that's all, and it has the set of CSS tags which you would be using, like h1, h2, span. Now what I would like you to do is, this is a very powerful CSS framework, very simple to use. So if you're interested, go to this site, Blueprint test pages, and see, try to learn it. Let me show you a couple of sites which to learn Blueprint. So I was talking about installing Blueprint and getting a quick start. So these are the 2 URLs I have found has short and crisp documents to get started. First, start with this one. Now you can always start with blueprintcss.org and then go to the documentation. But I found those documentations a little bit more extensive. So definitely you should go with that if you have a lot of time. But otherwise, if you want to get started quickly, follow this one. It's a long URL, so maybe you can just search in Google with Toots Plus Blueprint and you'll get this link. The other one is this one. This has a good list of what are the different elements and how do they how do they look. So with that, I think that's sort of a brief overview of Blueprint install and download. And then the last one which is remaining is JQuery. So JQuery again is a JavaScript library, and to download JQuery, what you do is and let me show you if this one particularly using jQuery. Okay, anyway, so let me show you quickly how to. So you go to jQuery, download. So go here. Now some brief overview of jQuery. Definitely should look here, docs@jquery.com. Now jQuery has the main one or two files, and then there are a lot of plugins. So what I suggest is first start with you can always start with compressed version. So download this one. So if you're getting started, you might want to start first doing uncompressed version download, and then later on when you get stable, and then in a real life website you should always put a compressed version of the JS file. So if you download it, just click here, uncompressed, and this is your really the jQuery file, jQuery 1.4 for JS. Now depending on when you download, this number could be higher. So what you can do is that you can download in the zip version, or you can download the main version, or you can download the uncompressed version and then put it in a JavaScript folder and access it through source tag. Now, as you are going to do more and more advanced web development, what you would end up doing is that you will end up downloading different plugins for different things. So for example, or the other one you can do before I get into the plugins, instead of directly downloading and installing your local machine, you can directly access it through the URL. Instead of putting in a local machine, you can directly source it to code.jquery.com 1.4 JS, or maybe you can do also the minimized version, which is this one. So you can put in your code, you can put directly so maybe here so here you can put just JavaScript. So you can directly source it here. So either way, it's fine. So that's about the JavaScript jQuery framework. I think once you have this, pretty much you're all set to do advanced level of web development. That's pretty much all the tools you need. The other thing is, if you want to do a little bit of graphic design and all those things, you probably need Photoshop or some other tools. Some of you may have used Dreamweaver, and which is also pretty good IDE. But I think these all the tools which you pretty much need to become a expert web developer. Thank you. So now my next set of videos would be on each of these tools. I would also have extensive set of tutorials on basically take a little bit complicated web development project, like maybe how to develop an address book with a lot of bells and whistles, and that could be a good project for you to sort of learn all the tools and become the sort of starting point to become an expert web developer. Thank you.